So a couple years ago, you went for it, you bought your first property. You bought a one-bedroom condo and you've been living happily ever since. But now you've gotten married and now guess what? You have got a baby on the way. That means that that one-bedroom condo will no longer be good for you and your new baby. So the question is, how do you go from selling property number one and buying property number two, your single family home now, at the same time? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to go through this process smoothly. Now let's dive in. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Maria Somarriba and I am a realtor in the beautiful sunny South Florida. I specialize in residential real estate in Miami-Dade and Broward County areas. So if you know of anyone who's looking to buy or sell, feel free to contact me. My contact information is listed below. So how do you do this? You've got this baby on the way, your family's growing, or your kids left the house and now you want to downsize. How do you sail from property number one to property number two? Well, the first step that you need to do is you need to sit down with a loan officer who's going to be able to explain to you what steps you need to take. Because if the financing is not down packed, then you can't buy anything. So a lot of times what the loan officer will tell you is that you probably will need to put your first property, the one that you already own, on the market for sale, because you may need to get the equity that's already sitting there, or simply because your ratios don't have enough leeway for where you can keep both mortgages. Now, in an ideal situation, the loan officer will tell you that you have enough equity and enough credit and your ratios are perfect to where you don't have to sell property number one in order to buy property number two. That will be ideal, but what happens when you do have to list in order to buy again? Well, so once you've already talked to the loan officer, next off you want to speak to a local real estate agent, and if you're in Miami-Dade and Broward County, you would be contacting yours truly. If you're in any other part of the country, I can definitely also get you a very good real estate agent that can assist you. So you've sat down, they've given you the estimate, or they've given you your market value for your house. Guys, let yourself be guided by the professional. Do not go based on a Zillow estimate or a Trulia estimate or a Realtor.com estimate. Those online figures are not accurate and they're not exact to your home. Remember, your house is different than the neighbors who may have sold for less or more. So you've already decided you're going to list, you know your price, and you put the property on the market. You've been showing it, and now you have accepted your offer. You have a strong buyer on the table. You want to go ahead and get through your inspection period, your earnest money deposit period, and I would even say get through the appraisal period. And that's usually going to put you 15 to 20 days into the contract. But you want to go ahead and do all of this and get through those hurdles before you start putting offers on what's going to be property number two. Why? Because now you're able to put offers in with confidence. Think about it. You're going to be looking for properties, you're going to be putting in offers, and they're going to have to be contingent on the sale of your house. So that seller already is not going to be that comfortable taking your offer. It doesn't put you in a good position. But if you're already coming in and you're saying, Mr. Seller, I know that my contract is subject to the sale of my house, but hey, guess what? We've already gone through most of our hurdles. You're going to have a better chance of getting your offer accepted. Okay, so there's a little bit of a time period that you have to wait, but all along you want to be looking at properties, you want to be looking at neighborhoods, schools, and just kind of having an idea of what you want. Remember that it is important that in this period of time, you're not playing extreme hardball. You want to be fair with the offers that you receive as a seller, and you want to be fair with the offers that you're going to put as a buyer, because this is a time-sensitive transaction. So let's say you've gone ahead and you've submitted an offer and your offer got accepted. Try to negotiate to where you're going to have both transactions go in and close with the same title company, because this way you have both deals in the same place. The money from your sale will be sitting in the same bank account, and it'll be faster to close on the house that you're gonna buy. Now I'm gonna go back real quick on something I forgot to mention when I was discussing accepting the offers on the house that you're selling. It's important that you negotiate from the beginning with your buyer a post-occupancy agreement, okay, which will allow you to stay in the house for maybe another week, 2 weeks, whatever they're willing to give you. Of course, you'll be paying rent, or try to go for a 60-day closing instead of a 30 or 45-day closing. Why? Because remember that you really are not going to put offers in on the house number 2 until you've gone through your test trial period, which is your escrow money deposit, your inspections, and your appraisal. Remember, that puts you about 15 to 20 days already in, right? So if you can negotiate a 60-day closing, it gives you more time to be able to now really put offers and get them accepted on house number 2. It buys you time in the meantime while this other transaction closes. Now, what happens if you cannot find your second house on time and now you're closing on this one? Well, guys, that's where plan B has to come into place. I hate to tell you, it means either looking at an extended stay, it means looking at an Airbnb, or it means going back and staying with mom and dad for a couple of weeks or even months in some cases if it takes you a little longer to find your second house. So guys, this is just a brief summary of what needs to take place. It is completely doable. I have done it for many of my clients. I just finished doing a closing for one of my clients that was doing exactly that, and she was able to do it. And that pretty much summarizes this video, guys. I hope that you've learned a little bit of what this process entails. I know it sounds really scary, but if you allow yourself to be guided by the professionals, you should be in good shape. If you've enjoyed this video, if you made it this far, feel free to like it, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe. And with that, I'll leave you with a question of the day, and that would be, if you could get out of your current home and get into the next one, what would that second house look like? Would it be a condo with ocean view, or would it be a five bedroom, 3-bath home for your growing family? Post your comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.